Hello everyone, this is Najah Khazaleh. I am English trainer with Bedouina Institution. Today we will talk about past continuous. As you know, in our previous video, we talked about simple past. Simple past, which talk about past events or actions that happened in the past, in specific time in the past. Okay, so what about past continuous? What are the most important things that we must know or learn to get past continuous? Let's see. The first one here. How to form the past continuous. How to form the past continuous. Also, the second thing. Here, when do we use past continuous? When do we use past continuous? Okay, let's start with the use of past continuous. Usage. The first use of past continuous, we use past continuous to describe continuous events or actions that happened in the past. To describe continuous actions or events that happened in the past. Here, this is example. Mom was cleaning the bathroom all day yesterday. Again, Mom was cleaning the bathroom all day yesterday. Okay, this is continuous. Continuous event, continuous as progressive. In period, during period time in the past, because here we have all day, yesterday. So here we must use past continuous to describe something like these events. What about the next usage? Let's move to the next usage. Okay, so the next usage of past continuous, it is we use past continuous to describe ongoing actions in the past that was interrupted by another action. That was interrupted, so there is interruption. That was interrupted by another action. This interrupted action, we use it in simple past tense. In simple past tense. So let's see this example. Ali and I, or we can use Ali and I, that means we. We were playing tennis when you called. Again, Ali and I were playing tennis when you called. Okay, so this is the main action. The main action or event that happened in the past, which is playing tennis. But what happened? Here, you called. You called this action, or this is the second action or the second event that interrupt the main action or the main event. Okay, so here we use past continuous, and here, as you see, when you called, so this is simple past, as we say. Can we put when at the beginning of the sentence? Yes, we can. So this is when you called, Ali and I were playing tennis. When you called, Ali and I, we were playing tennis. Okay, so this is not important because that's not different meaning. That means not different meaning. Okay, what about the third important usage of this tense? What about the third usage of this past continuous, of this tense? We use past continuous to talk about two actions or events that were happening at the same time in the past. Two actions or two events, they were happening in the past at the same time in the past. Let's see to the third example. While, now here, because we use or we talk about the same time in the past, so usually we use while. While taking pictures, while A was driving a car. At the same time, they were taking pictures. Okay, now let's move to the form of the past continuous. The second important thing to know about past continuous, which is the form. So what about the form? Here is the main form of the past continuous. Now, the sentence in the past continuous starts with subject, then was or were, that depends on the subject, then the verb that ends verb 1 and with ing. Okay, so what else? Here, if the subject he or she or it or I, we must here put was. So we say he was cleaning the bedroom. She was reading a book. It was standing or it was walking on the street. I was watching a movie. And if the subject, we, they, you, we must put here where. So this is the past form of verb to be, of be in the past. So here, if the subject, we, they, you, we must put where plus the verb ing. So subject was aware or where, that depends on the subject, and the verb must end with ing. The verb must end with ing. Now we will take some sentences that talk about past continuous to, let's say, to be sure we understand the use and the form of the past continuous. Let's take this. We will focus on examples that show the first form of the past continuous, which is affirmative. You know that we have affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay, let's start with this as affirmative. I was watching a movie. I was, because the subject I, here we have was, and the verb end with ing. The second one, she was cleaning the dishes. Also, because the subject, she, so here we have was, and the verb ends with ing. She was cleaning the dishes. Number 3, they were climbing the mountain. They or we or children or students, plural names. Here, she or Muna or Khalid or singular names. For example, the boy. The boy was. The children were as plural. So they were climbing the mountain. Because the subject here is plural, or they, or we, or you, we must use where plus the verb ing. Okay, now let's move to the negative sentences. About the negative, what about negative in past continuous? The negative sentences in past continuous consist of subject, wasn't, or weren't, and the verb end with ing. So here, because already in this tense we have auxiliary verbs which was or were, so we must put the negative which is not on these auxiliary verbs themselves. Was not or wasn't, were not or weren't. Now here we have just 2 examples in the negative. He wasn't listening to music. He wasn't or was not. Number 2, we weren't going to USA. We were not or we weren't going to USA. So these examples about the negative and past continuous. Now let's move to the third stage, which is interrogative or questions in past continuous. Now we have questions or interrogative and past continuous. What is this? Here, as you know, when we form a question or interrogative in English language in general, especially a yes or no question, we must exchange between the subject and the auxiliary verb. So already the general sentence we have start with subject, then the auxiliary verb, then the main verb, then the main verb. Okay. What's this? Okay. So what happened in the question? When we make a question. When we ask a question in past continuous, just we will exchange between subject and auxiliary verb. So the subject starts with was or were, and here we must focus on capital W in was, capital W in where. Was or were plus subject plus verb end with ing, and don't forget question mark at the end. So here, the first example, was Selma calling her mother? Yes, focus on the tone of speech. Were you playing table tennis? Were you playing table tennis? If the sentence here, or if the answer here, yes, she was, or no, she wasn't. So this is yes or no question. Here, were you playing table tennis? We answer as yes. Here, maybe because here we have you, so me as a speaker, and I can say yes, I was here because you became I, so here, yes, I was, not were. Or no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Okay. So this is about questions or interrogative and past continuous. Okay, guys. Now we will stop here, and we will complete to worksheet. We do together now because we will focus on about your assimilation for this past continuous. Okay, guys, now let's move to the worksheet. Don't forget, like and share and subscribe our video. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, now we have a worksheet to revise our lesson today. Here, as you see, the title is, what were they doing yesterday? Now we have 8 pictures with 8 questions. And look at these pictures and answer the questions. As the first question as example, what was he doing yesterday? He was having an exam at 2:55 yesterday. Now let's move to the second picture. Here, what can you see in this picture? Yes, there are some children, I think, playing football. Okay, so the question is, what were they doing at the weekend? Yes, great. They were playing football at the weekend. Number 3, Yes. This is a man, and I think watch TV. So the question is, what was he doing last night? Yes, he was watching TV last night. And what about the fourth picture? Yes, man. Yes, he's a man and he's, I think, eats a hot dog. Actually, I don't like a hot dog. So the question is, what was he eating yesterday? Yes, great. He was eating a hot dog yesterday. Now look at the picture number 5. Here we have some people, I think, in a camping. Yes. So what were they doing last weekend? Yes, excellent. They were camping in the forest last weekend. Okay, guys, what about the picture number 6? What was he doing last night? Yes, brilliant. He was doing homework last night. And what about picture 7? What were they doing last weekend? They were planting a tree. Excellent. They were planting a tree. So because the subject is they, we have were. But what about the last picture, which is number 8? What was he doing yesterday? Yes, excellent. He was riding a bike in the park yesterday. He was riding a bike in the park yesterday. Yes, okay, guys. Thanks for your great and excellent answers for this worksheet, which depend on the general idea or the basic grammatical rule, which is if the singular is okay, guys, so thanks so much for your great answers in the worksheet. Now the basic rule here, if the subject is singular, we have was. But if the subject is plural, we have were plus the verb ing. Okay, great. Thanks for your answer here. And at the last of our video today, I just want to thank for your attendance, thank for your watching today. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you and see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.